What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we cover all the fourth stimulus check updates, other types of stimulus check updates, as well as what's going on in the world today. Did you notice that we have a special guest already here with us? Yeah, if you have a keen eye, you may have noticed my cat, Lily, who is right here underneath the screen, right down there. Did you notice her? Yeah, she's sitting there. Real nice. Hi, Lily. Yeah. So yeah, we have a guest here with us. We'll see how long she ends up lasting for the episode. But we got several different things to talk about. We're going to talk about the fourth upcoming stimulus check. We're going to talk about the child income tax credits, or the child stimulus checks that the IRS is going to pay out in monthly increments. This is already passed from the third stimulus check package. It's $3,000 for children under the age of 6 and $3,600 for children over the age of 6 through 17. And the Democrats want to increase this for more than just 1 year, possibly, in the fourth stimulus check package, the infrastructure package. There's a possibility they could increase this permanently. Now, permanently would probably mean in this case it would be increased permanently, or until for future legislation gets rid of it or changes it. So permanently doesn't really mean permanent in the eyes of the law, because the law can always be changed and amended. So we could have, say, a Republican president come along in the future and lower it back down. But that is one of the things they want to do in the fourth stimulus check slash infrastructure package, is they're looking to increase the amount of time of the child income tax credits, or also make them permanent. So that would be a huge win for anybody with children. Remember, there's an adult earned income tax credit as well that can give you up to $6,600 for people without children. You can find that on YouTube by just searching, search like "It's Jimmy Adult Tax Credit." Or actually, I'll put a link down in the description of this video so you can check it out if you haven't watched that yet. That could mean thousands of dollars in your pocket. I get a lot of people that say, what about the adults? What about the seniors? What about everybody else? Well, there's a child income tax credit, and there's also an adult tax credit. So there's different qualifications for each one of them. But I have an entire video on the adult tax credit that you can check out after this video with the link down below in the description. Also, if you can, hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel and just shows YouTube that you like the videos that I produce, that I make for you, that are completely free of charge. There's other channels that charge for this type of stuff, or they want you to join a membership, or you pay the channel and all sorts of different things like that. I don't do that at all, just completely free. So all you got to do is hit the like button, subscribe, just so you can see upcoming videos. Okay, as you probably know, the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine is paused nationwide due to a rare blood clotting issue. They initially paused it with only 6 cases of blood clots in 7 million people that have gotten it. Well, it looks like that could be changing. Dr. Fauci says the U.S. will likely resume the use of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine with a warning or a restriction. White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci said Sunday he believes the U.S. will likely resume use of the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine with a warning or a restriction attached. Health regulators asked states on Tuesday to temporarily pause the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine after reports of 6 cases of rare brain blood clots in women out of 7 million people who received the vaccine. The cases occurred in women aged 18 to 48 who developed symptoms 6 to 13 days after receiving the shot. The FDA said the recommendation to pause the vaccine out of an abundance of caution was the best route. Dr. Anthony Fauci said he anticipates a decision on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine as soon as this upcoming Friday, when the U.S. CDC and Prevention Vaccine Advisory Panel meets to discuss resumption of the vaccine. Quote, "My estimate is that we will continue to use it in some form," Fauci said during an interview on NBC's Meet the Press. "I doubt very seriously if they just cancel it. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that there will likely be some sort of warning or restriction or risk assessment." He says, "I don't think it's just going to go back and say, okay, everything's fine. Go right back. I think it'll likely say, okay, we're going to use it, but be careful under these certain circumstances. Let me know your thoughts on the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine. Do you not trust it at this point? Let me know, even if you're not considering it or you already got a vaccine, would you go get the Johnson & Johnson one-shot vaccine if and when they open it up? Or do you think the confidence in that has been blown away? And I think that's kind of what former President Donald Trump was saying. He criticized the White House's decision to pause this after only 6 cases of this, and basically said you're going to create mistrust with these vaccines, and specifically with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. He actually somewhat accused of the Biden administration, or the FDA, I should more say, of being in cahoots with Pfizer, and that has been a long-standing controversy that the FDA and Pfizer are a little too close together, and some people are suspicious of that relationship. But I do think there has been damage done to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I think there'll be a lot of people that won't want to get it. And I also think the previous Johnson & Johnson, the baby powder issue, uh, further creates, that was the initial distrust, and now we have this second round. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Would you still take it? Also, if you've seen our video, I think it was yesterday, with Republican Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio versus Dr. Anthony Fauci, that is going viral. That explosive argument between the two, Representative Jim Jordan was pushing to get an answer out of Dr. Anthony Fauci of when we can go back to normal, what levels, what amount of cases, what amount of the virus going around. When do we get to go back to normal? And Dr. Fauci had a really hard time answering that because, well, I'd have a really hard time answering that too. So I can see a lot of both sides. It was very interesting to see your guys' comments on that video, because it just shows how different the America, our country is right now. With about half the people said Jim Jordan was right. We need to have that answer. We need to know when they're gonna, let us out and let us go back to normal. Mostly Republicans, and mostly Democrats were like, why is Jim Jordan being so disrespectful? That was so rude what he was doing. How is he able to talk like that? And it's I get both sides of the view. And yeah, it was absolutely crazy. The thumbnail looks like this, and I'll link you to that video at the end of this video if you haven't watched it yet. Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci said comments like Representative Jim Jordan's are quite frustrating. Fauci was asked about Jim Jordan's comment at this congressional hearing, noting that more than 40% of Republicans have said in a recent poll that they do not plan on getting vaccinated at all. Fauci says, Dana, it is quite frustrating because the fact that one may not want to get vaccinated, in this case, a disturbingly large portion of Republicans, only actually works against where they want to be. They want to be able to say these restrictions that are put on by public health recommendations are things that they're very concerned about. We're all concerned about that. We share that concern. But the way you get rid of those restrictions is to get as many people possibly vaccinated as quickly as possible. So on one hand, they want to be relieved of the restrictions, but on the other hand, they don't want to get vaccinated. It just almost doesn't make any sense, said Dr. Anthony Fauci. Now, Democratic Representative Maxine Walters, she's the one who came in at the end of the explosive argument between Jim Jordan and Dr. Fauci, and told Jim Jordan to shut his mouth. She says Jim Jordan is a bully and he tried to intimidate Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci has more credibility in his little finger than Jordan will ever have. And yes, I shut him down. Like I said, it was a very explosive argument and it's going viral. I'll link you to it at the end of this video if you want to rewatch it, or if you haven't watched it yet, you should definitely watch that video. More and more pressure and groups, as you can see here, are putting pressure on President Biden for a fourth stimulus check. This is literally just as of today, as of this morning. And we're continuing to see more pressure mounting, more groups joining the fight to have a fourth stimulus check and actually a monthly recurring stimulus check added to this infrastructure plan. As you can see here in black and white, so you know it's true, advocacy groups and dozens of congressional Democrats are stepping up to put the pressure on President Biden to support regular cash payments until the COVID crisis is over. In a new report, one group calls stimulus checks critical relief that must continue. Biden is being urged to include more direct aid in the $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan that he's now promoting. But the path to a fourth stimulus check is littered with potential obstacles, and here's where things stands. Around 20 Democratic U.S. senators, including Finance Committee Chairman Ron Wyden of Oregon, Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, have sent Biden a letter calling on him to put recurring relief payments or monthly stimulus check in his Build Back Better infrastructure package. Quote, families shouldn't have to worry about whether they'll have enough money to pay for essentials in the months ahead as the country continues to fight a global pandemic, the senators wrote. Most people use their $1,400 checks to pay for basics, including food and bills, according to a new analysis of census data from the nonprofit Economic Security Project. And just one more payment would lift 6.6 million Americans out of poverty, according to a new study by the Urban Brookings Tax Policy Center. The reason this is you got to remember the average family of four, two adults, two children, got $5,600 from the third stimulus check package. And that doesn't even include the $3,000 to $3,600 that they're going to be getting in the near future from the child tax credits. So that really adds up. $5,600 plus an additional $6,000 for two children is over $11,000. So this third stimulus check package was the largest yet to date. And I personally think that the fourth stimulus check will be no less than at least another $1,400 to $2,000 one-time stimulus check. Remember, we have about 70 to 75, depending on how you look at the count, getting close to 100 different Democrats from the House and the Senate actually pushing for monthly stimulus checks to be included in the infrastructure package. We have two different plans. Number one is from the Senate, Senator Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren pushing Joe Biden for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks that would go until the pandemic is over. The absolute earliest the pandemic is expected to be declared over by the government, which is basically when we're at a level where nobody needs to worry about anything at all anymore. The absolute earliest that could be is December 31st of this year, based on what Dr. Fauci has said previously. It could go on well into next year or at the minimum. The other bill from the House of Representatives, Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib and Representative Jayapal are the co-authors on this for a one-time $2,000 stimulus check and then $1,000 monthly recurring stimulus payments for a year until after the pandemic is over. This one is picking up a lot of support. We're seeing more and more people talk about this particular plan every single day. I personally think that either of the monthly stimulus checks would be a godsend, would be an absolute blessing for many, many people. If just a single stimulus check, a fourth stimulus check, could bring 7 million people out of poverty, imagine what monthly stimulus checks could do, even if they only went on for 6 or 7 months. Could you imagine? It would be life-changing, game-changing for many people. Now, remember, if you're just a single person, single stimulus check isn't nearly as much. Of course, it's super helpful. Don't get me wrong. But if you're a family of four, these payments really, really, really matter a lot, just because there's more people in the family, so there's more checks. $5,600 is nothing to sneeze at all. And I think at best case scenario, we'll see the monthly stimulus checks included in this package before all is said and done. I think at worst case scenario, we'll see at least a fourth stimulus check probably $1,400 to $2,000 would be the two most likely numbers. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll keep you up to date on everything as new information comes out on all these different stimulus packages and stimulus programs. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on upcoming episodes. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss an episode because we cover different things in different episodes and you won't want to miss out. After subscribing, you can click the bell icon down below that appears next to the subscribe button to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live with new videos. This video is my newest stimulus check video. You can click on that to watch that next. And this video is that explosive argument that you have to see between Dr. Anthony Fauci and Representative Jim Jordan. Click on one of those videos next, and I will see you in the next video.